Bible was originally written partly in Hebrew and partly in Greek, and the Latin version that people think is the real version, because it's the version that they know from church, for, let's say in older generations, is really a translation of the Hebrew and the Greek. The Latin version that we have, the one that you're reading, is the so-called Vulgate version, so the commonly read version, the commonly used version, which was produced largely by Jerome in the late 4th century AD. So part of it was commissioned by Pope Damasus I in 382. But Jerome then went on and did much more and produced effectively a new translation of the Bible, because he was unhappy with the Latin translation that was on the market. It depends on how you look at it, I think. So it's quite accurate in many ways, but it is, as far as the Greek originals is concerned, very, very faithful and very successful in many ways. I think also in a literary way successful. For the Hebrew, it is not always perfect, because Jerome's Hebrew was not quite at the same level as his Greek. I think it does. So you can read the Vulgate as an original, effectively, so not as a translation, but as a text that is conceived as a text to be read on its own rather than as a translation. And I think it works. And that also, I think, to a large extent, is the success of Jerome's version. So Jerome was a literary author who also wrote his own works, and he has found a style for the different parts of the Bible, and different parts of the Bible really require a different kind of style. So Genesis is not the same as, let's say, the book of Daniel, or the Acts of the Apostles, or the Gospels, and he's found a style for all of these bits and parts that works. So it's actually it's quite an achievement in many ways. You might also say in Jerome's translation, some parts of the Bible have actually become more accessible and more literarily satisfactory than the originals. So some parts of the New Testament are written in a very simple and almost like inartificial and non-literary kind of Greek. And in those parts of the New Testament, the Vulgate translation might actually be better literature than the original. It's not something that you're allowed to say, but I think Jerome actually made the Bible better in Latin.